Hello everyone and welcome back to another Spacepainter tutorial. Alright, I'm very excited to be here. I'm very excited to see you guys here. We have a very special tutorial for you guys. This is a master level painting. The name of this painting is called A Simple Daydream. Now you're going to be able to see different techniques that I haven't showed you guys before, and that is how to make the water look see-through. We're also going to be talking about the importance of a light source and the importance of keeping your highlights consistent with this light source. I'm also going to show you how to create more realistic looking trees. It's a lot of fun, guys. So if you guys are ready, grab your spray paints, your masks. Let's begin. Okay, crew. Now here I went ahead and I added some colors, but basically we're going to stick with the same pattern. You're going to go ahead and put some yellow, and then you're going to mix some green at the end of this yellow, and that'll give us the effect that there's sunlight coming into and blending into the green, even though we're doing it backwards, right? Because we're blending the green into the yellow. Now usually you can use this with the straight edge, but I'm using what I call a flexible straight edge, and this can be anything as long as it's solid enough that'll allow you to keep a straight line. And the tip of the funnel will start mixing it as well, so you can actually use it to help you manipulate the paint and create more defined bark effects, as well as better and more natural looking highlights. Okay, see, that is a very complex mixture, and it was very simple. One of the best things that I like about spray paint is how fast you can create effects using everyday household items. You know, you don't have to buy expensive brushes. Here's your brush, piece of magazine, a little bit of sea sponge. If you need to add some more highlights, well, this is how you do it. Now, using the same technique, guys, we added some highlights to these trees. That was just, you know, a little bit of yellow and white, and you want to go throughout your painting. Let's take a closer look at that. You want to go throughout your painting here and add those highlights. Is very important. Now let's take a look at that water and that. See, look at that. See how it looks like it's very see-through. Very realistic, guys. That's why it's important to have the right tools, guys. And well, there you folks have it. Hope you guys have enjoyed today's tutorial. Thank you for watching, and like always, keep those cans shaking, guys. Hi everyone, Arturo Sprecaso here. This is going to be the painting I'm going to be showing you how to create today. And if you guys are ready, let's begin. I'm going to show you guys a technique that I use to create clouds. I've had a lot of wonderful comments on my backgrounds when it comes to clouds. So I'm going to show you real quick. This is a master level technique, but nonetheless, I think it makes it a lot easier than using cardboards and creating the shapes of clouds. See, the whole technique behind the Spacepainter style of painting is that I show you guys how to create these amazing masterpieces using only the basic colors. I have used like purples and pinks in the past, and I tell you guys, you know, yeah, you can use these, but I know that they're not available to everyone. So I really concentrate on showing you guys how to create your own colors. And if you don't have purple, because the brand that I like to use doesn't carry purple, I use blue. You can use blue or red, but so I don't want my color, my white there to get contaminated by the red that I had underneath. So I folded the piece of magazine, added a little bit of white, some blue on top of that. With another magazine sheet, I'm going to tear off just a small piece of it, and I'm going to create the effect. Now I want waterfalls here. I encourage you guys to give it a try. Don't be scared. Oh, you know, if you're scared of messing up, well, then you'll never really try anything new. Don't, you know, I'm not going to say don't be afraid it's going to work out. It doesn't always work out, but we make some right here. Now keep in mind, guys, you can always come back and modify this piece of land. I know, I actually had a buddy of mine that was standing right next to me when I was doing this, and the whole time he was saying, dude, I don't know what that is. I just don't get it. It looks like a landslide. And I kept telling him, well, just hold on, you know, we're getting there. I know there's different artists out there that have different techniques. I know my buddy Brandon McConnell uses the foam brush, which is, you know, he's really good at it. So he'd be the one to tell you or show you how to create, you know, realistic looking plant life using the foam brush. But I use the seed. But guys, I hope that shows you guys how to create a more intricate, more twists and turns on your landscape. You don't have to give up if you feel like you've messed up. Just wait a little bit and keep working at it, guys. And he was definitely blown away that you can't really mess up. So I'll stick with that, guys. You really can't mess up. Like guys, don't be scared of the spray paint. Spray paint is your friend. All right, guys. Well, I hope you guys have enjoyed today's tutorial. Until next time, guys, keep those cans shaking. Hi everyone, Arturo Sprecaso here. So this is going to be the painting we're going to be creating today, and as you can tell, it's going to be a lot of fun to paint this. So I hope you guys are ready for this. There's going to be a lot of cool little techniques here that's going to help you take your paintings to a different scale. So let's begin with the plant life in the background. So those two brands work really good together, guys. Okay, so I'm just going to create this plant life in the background, and you don't have to be extremely detailed. As you can see, I'm just giving it a rough shape so that you can see where the trees are, where the bushes begin. Now I'm going to simulate. So we created underneath the water. Now I'm just going to use a little bit of white. We're going to create the face of the river, the top, the reflecting part. I'm going to add some blue and another magazine sheet. And see, I've already used this one, so might as well. Can't be afraid, guys. You gotta experiment, you gotta try it, and see, I'm showing you here it works. In this case, it's gonna help us, give us more definition in our tree lines here, give us more of the reality, like we have closer trees to us. So in the background, we did the opposite, right? We added, now do you see in the background you have the yellows on the back leaves? And then as I get closer to you, you have some red. Now you have some orange, some pink. There's definitely a lot of color going on here. And I love this. I really enjoy making this. Well, I've had some compliments on the signature, so I try and keep it, kind of nice. Especially for some of those gallery paintings. You want your signature to look a little fancier. I think you definitely don't have to, but. Alright, well, I hope you guys have enjoyed today's tutorial. Until next time, crew, keep those cans shaking.
Hi, my name is Brandon McConnell, and welcome to the Secrets of the Spray Paint Masters. This is the first painting I'll be showing you how to make today. I'll be showing you how to make this distant mountain scene with some caves in the foreground, some waterfalls, and a lake. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so as you can see in the upper right hand corner, I've taped down my piece of poster board, and the first thing we're going to do is spray a layer of yellow, and this doesn't have to be too heavy. Okay, so now we're going to spray just a little dot of purple here in the center, and then some blue over the purple. Now we're going to add some seaside. Okay, so now take your palette knife and create some highlights on the mountain. Just use the tip of your palette knife to scratch in where the light is hitting the mountains. And these are going to be really distant, so next we're going to make the water. So take your straight edge and put it down at the base of the mountain and spray some blue so as not to get a lot of white down. I'm spraying it against the straight edge, hitting most of the straight edge. So now we're going to prepare to make the caves. You want to take your can of clear spray paint and spray all around the area where the caves are going to be here. Then you're going to take a glossy page from your magazine and lay it down and start drawing your cave. You want to make sure that you leave some of the black showing that you just sprayed. That's going to create distance between the cave in the background and this newer cave that we're doing now. If any parts of your cave come out too dark, just use a fresh piece of paper. We're going to make some highlights here. I'm going to start off with the cave that's further back. And I'm going to lightly just make some highlights here. Notice how I'm breaking up the lines. I'm not just scraping a solid line. And I'm varying the amount of pressure I'm putting on the palette. Put your straight edge down at the base of the rock here and spray a little bit of black to make a shadow. Holding the top portion of the paper with one of your hands, and with the other hand drawing the shape of the rocks. Notice how the rocks on the right, they have the highlight on the left side of the rocks. And as I move to the left, the highlight is on the right side of the rocks. And remember to bounce. Okay, it looks like we're all finished with this painting. I hope yours came out just as good or even better. If not, just keep practicing and it's going to come with time. So let's take a closer look at this painting. Okay, on to painting number 2. In this painting I'll be showing you how to make these trees with a palette knife. This different looking texture for the background. And how to make these beams of light coming out from the background. So let's get started. First thing we're going to do is spray a light coat of yellow from about 3/4 of the way down all the way up to the top. Now if your black doesn't lift off, you can spray a little bit of clear paint on the black to help. Also make sure you don't do this too much. You want to leave some black still showing through. Next, take your palette knife. You can see here I'm using the edge of my palette knife to try to scrape the basic shape of the tree. But I don't want too much of this yellow coming out yet. I want to create the basic shape, but I want it to be dark. So I switch back to the method I did on the first tree in all areas. So just adjust the pressure that you're putting on the palette knife as you're making these highlights. Now for the left side of the trunk, I'm just using the tip of the palette knife and creating. Now I'm gonna make the base color for the bushes. Spray some black, and you want to tear a piece of sponge with a rounded edge to it, and then dab the sponge into the black and try to get a lot of paint onto the sponge, and just spray a little bit of black into it and let it seep down to the center, and get all the big drips out and practice drawing with it until you get a thin line. Now you're ready to start drawing onto the painting, and just start drawing little trees and branches here and there. Okay, now I'm going to create the water line. So take out your straight edge, preferably one that goes all the way across the painting, and hold it in place just at the base of the waterfall, and spray a light coat of green and just cover that all up, and then yellow near the top, and then take your can of black and spray it on the left and right sides just below the land masses we have. That's just going to be the shadow for the land. And then take your white and spray a little bit of white just at the top, just below the straight edge. I'm also going to spray just a little bit. Next, create the splash or mist at the bottom of the waterfall by putting your straight edge down right at the bottom of the waterfall and lightly spraying some white. And then you can spray some more white to create some lines. Make sure you spray on the straight edge itself. Now it's time to sign the painting. Just a little spray of clear in the corner, and then take your ballpoint pen and add your signature and date. Alright, we're all finished with this painting. Let's take a look. Alright, on to painting number 3. In this painting I'll be showing you how to make this city on the mountain with stairs coming down the mountain, this planet with the rings around it, and the grid lines in front. So let's go ahead and get started. First thing you want to do is take your can of yellow and spray a light layer right here in the upper left corner. And we're going to spray the colors for the mountain. Spray a light to medium layer of yellow, and then spray a little bit of orange on top of the yellow. After that, spray a little bit of red on top of the orange and yellow. Next, take your can of black and we're going to color in the sky. Make sure you hold the can back a couple feet like I'm doing And try to spray lightly as you're going around the planet. Just a couple inches away and spray a few small dots, aiming for the edge of the planet stencil. That way just a little bit of white will end up on your painting. Next, carefully lift up the planet stencils to reveal your planets. Now to prepare to make the rings around the planet, and then with one hand hold the top two corners, and then with the other hand press it into the paint and keep it this cone shaped, and as you go down spread out your hand and pull the paper up. Now you can add some extra peaks just by taking the edge of your palette knife and scraping in an upward motion and creating a sharp point at the top. Next we're going to prepare to make the grid lines. Take your can of yellow, make sure you're spraying down away from your painting instead of up, and spray a very light layer of yellow, and then spray a light layer of black on top of the yellow. Now we're doing this so that the grid lines will come out with some color in them. Looks like we're all finished. Let's take a closer look at this painting.